Good morning, everybody. I was told to introduce the topic of water management. Okay, uh, it is not a new topic for you. Basically, those who have uh, entered this course now, see, they are feeling something about water, and they must be knowing how the water is mismanaged. Means they must be thinking about the mismanagement of water, and they must be thinking about the future of water, and that is why we all are together. See, almost 20 to 23 years back, when there was, uh, you can say, not scarcity of water, but when the city starts increasing in size, uh, Thanites in the outskirts, they started facing the problem of water. It was not the supply of water, it was the, uh, you can say, the confirmed supply of water. See, everybody was getting water from some source, but they wanted the water from the source of municipal corporation. That is the tap water. They were having plenty wells. Everybody was having a bore well with them, but everybody was fighting for getting the water from municipal corporation through the tap. I just remembered one cartoon which was there during the floods in Mumbai. Everything was underwater at that time. And next day or 2 3 days after that, one of the newspaper in Mumbai carried one cartoon. It was showing that it was not actually a cartoon; it was two photographs. Uh, One photograph was showing that uh, in somewhere in Ghatkopar or some area there is a tap, and in front of tap, many people are standing with their pots and they are getting the water from the tap. And everybody was having umbrella because the rain was continuous there, so they are protecting themselves with umbrella. And on the in the other picture there was one tribal woman in Vasai or Virar area. She was having a child in her hand. She was having a plastic on her head, and she has put one cloth tied to the tree, correct, sprayed over the trees, with the trees, and she was collecting the rainwater and collecting it in a pot. Who is wise? The question was asked. Because the precious, naturally, you can say, distilled water was falling on the head of everybody who was staying in a city. But they were not caring that. Everybody was having a feeling that whatever water comes through the tap is pure water. And that is what is the feeling in our mind now. See, everybody feels that water is supplied through the tap. Ideally, from where it comes to the tap? Why you are paying for water? Ideally, you are not paying for water at all because water is free of cost. It is just falling by the grace of God, you can say. Every year, almost 80% of the monsoon comes too early. It falls everywhere. Then it is filled in a big lakes and all. Then that water is brought to the city. Then it is cleaned to some extent to convert it into a potable water, and it is supplied to you. Ideally and practically, we all are using rainwater harvesting in the day-to-day supply of water. But practically, we are not contributing to that directly. We are just the buyers of that water. And rainwater is harvested by somebody else somewhere. Probably your corporation, probably the local self-government there. probably the state having a big project there somewhere. And that water which is uh, collected there is supplied to your city because all the citizens, they have got a lot of money to purchase the water. Practically, when the dam is there, practically when the water is stopped, see, it is told to everybody who is a sufferer or that, see, from that place, from the nearby villages and all and all, they are told that you will get a lot of water from this dam. And actually, the water is not used by the people who are staying very near to that. Actually, the water is used by the people who are at the distant place, staying in a city, big cities, because they have got a lot of money with them. We are purchasing the water from these people, not from these people. We are purchasing the water from the local self-government. And they are asking it as the charges for supplying water. They are not asking you the payment for water. They tell it that whatever the workmanship which is required, whatever the structure which is required to supply the water, you are paying for that. And that is why the water is having comparatively lower rate. As it is a cheap, you can say a cheap type of this thing which is coming to your home, you are using it uh, without any restriction. Probably what happens, you don't have to pay directly to for the water. And that is why you don't feel a pinch for using the water. Think about the things. The water you purchase from the market, 12 rupees for 1 liter, is almost of the same quality, the water which is to the water which is supplied to you through the tap. Think of the total cost of water which is used by you throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, and just calculate the cost. Okay, leave that cost. Whatever the water which is supplied to your society when there is a scarcity, one huge tanker comes and it fills your tanks, water tanks. Think of the per liter cost you are paying to that tanker wala for the water. Calculate the water you are using and calculate the cost. It is enormous. I'm not calculating it for you just because everywhere the cost is different. And think of the money which you are spending on, which you are actually spending on water and which you are actually giving. And that is why we are using the water. We are not using the water. We are misusing the water. Whenever I'm going to different societies and asking them that whatever water you are using, just calculate, make an audit of your own water. Why I am telling you to make an audit of the water? See, when you have got sufficient money with you, or when you are getting some money for you, see, you always try to manage the money in a very right way. Keep some for your future, spend some for your day-to-day requirement, and some for your entertainment. It's a planning. How you can understand what amount is to be kept for entertainment, what to be used for day-to-day purpose, and what to be kept in a bank for the future. It is decided by calculating the total quantity of money or total amount of money coming to you. In the same way, if you can do the budgeting for the water, then you will get every information about how you are spending, why you are spending, and what you are spending. There is no, you cannot say that you have to keep the water for your future use. Not possible. But whatever water you will use less, that will be saved somewhere for the future. That may be the principle. Whatever water you are spending, that converts into a habit. In the future, you require almost some quantity more than that for every year. See, it is not it is not calculated like that. It is just calculated by few people by taking efforts that every time we are going on increasing our consumption of water and consumption of electricity when we transfer from one state to another state of living. That is standard of living. In every state of living, the quantity of water used is different. And as we increase that, see the when the toilets were far away from our house, we were using very less amount of water in the toilets. Now, as the toilet has entered your house itself, it is very near to your bedroom or kitchen. The quantity of water used in the toilets is almost 500 or 600 times more. Whatever water you are using for bathing, correct? So it was one bucket full or two bucket full, not more than that. Now you can use six bucket full also, or you can use a shower which is continuously pouring water on you. Is it to be stopped? I don't say it is to be stopped, because if the water is sufficiently available to you, you can enjoy water or you can use the water, but don't misuse it. That is the principle. See, what are the resources of water very near to you? If I ask, you will say only one resource is there. That is the tap water which is coming to you. Ideally and practically, in good old days, or go to your village, even the lake in the village, even the river in the village, even small wells and bore wells are all water resources. Now we have forgotten all of them, and we have got only one source, that is the tap water. And that is what is the problem with us. Like the milk wala coming in the morning, if a child at home is asked from where the milk comes, he says from the milk wala in the form of a plastic container or plastic bag. In the same way, the water is either you are getting in the form of a tap or in the form of a 12 rupees bottle for 1 liter. And that is what is the format of the water which is in our mind now. See, it was a it was free for everybody. So we have stayed in a, almost all of you must have stayed uh, in a way where you, if you go anywhere, you were given water free of cost. Even in the hotels, even at a place where you require, if you go to somebody and ask for water, the water was given. Now it is difficult. See, it is difficult to get water anywhere to drink. So you cannot keep faith on that water to drink. Even if the water sources are available at different places, with different public places, you don't have a faith in that water to drink. And that is what is a problem. See, our science has made us so alert that we find that if you pay something, then the water will be pure. Otherwise, the water will be impure. My friends are telling me that in Singapore, if you go and if you come out of the airport, you get water in a bottle, and on the bottle it is written that this is a recycled water. Uh, you drink that water without any hesitation in mind because it is from Singapore. Think of the same type of situation if you come out of Chhatrapati Shivaji airport in Mumbai, and if you get a water bottle containing the name saying that it's a recycled water, will you drink it? That is the problem with us. We have got every faith on the people who are working in the other countries, but we have comparatively less faith on the people who are working in our country. See, that is why water has become a problem. See, in the uh, global warming, it is told that now the temperature of the earth is going on increasing, and that is why the polar ice will now melt, and probably the sea water level will be rising by 3 or 4 meters. It is up to 8 meters somewhere. So everywhere there will be a water. Those places which are very near to the sea will be underwater, and everywhere there will be water. So water will be there, but the useful water will not be there, or the potable water will not be there. We all are fighting for that. The percentage of the potable water is very less as compared to the total water which is available on the earth. And that is why, see, whatever I am telling may be taught to you somewhere during your education, but it is not of that much importance because, see, after all, if you pay your taxes to the municipal corporation, municipality is going to the local self government is going to supply you water at your home. And think of water which is coming to your home now from somewhere in a water reservoir which is just at a distant place of few hundred kilometers or 100 kilometers. The water is lifted with the help of, probably with the help of electrical pumps. It is taken to some height, and then by using that height, that water is traveling kilometers together to your city. During these kilometers together, probably at some places, you are required to give some type of the reservoirs and again some energy to the water to flow. After that, water enters in a city on the sea. Before entering the city, it is passing through a water purification system, which requires large quantity of electricity or other type of energy to purify the water. Because the water reservoir there may or may not contain water which has fallen in the uh, last rains, last monsoon. It may be 4 year old, it may be 5 year old, it may be 10 year old also. But it comes through that pipeline and it is purified for you by consuming large amount of electricity. Then it is allowed to flow in the city. See, in the city, at some places you have got heighted water tanks where it is lifted from the ground level to that height with the help of again energy. Then with the help of that height, it is passed through every society in the you can say underground tanks available in the society. And through the underground tanks, it is again lifted with the help of electricity to the top of your building. Now the high-rise buildings are in large number, so it requires large quantity of energy again to take that water from ground level to that height, and then it can be supplied to your place. After consuming this much quantity of energy, when the water comes to your flush tank in your toilets, you just flush the flush tank in your toilet without thinking about anything, and 16 liters water is converted from a very good quality of water to a very bad quality. Whenever you open a tap, whenever you open a tap, you always convert very good type of water which has got lot of energy, which see invested with lot of energy, lot of chemicals to purify it, lot of technology to bring it to your place. You just waste it without any reason many times. And we don't feel anything about that also. Primarily, we are required to use every natural resource very cautiously. Because when we are habitual to use more quantity of water, naturally that quantity goes on increasing with every consecutive use. And that is difficult. So when you go on increasing that quantity of water which is used by you, you don't satisfy yourself with the one flush. You start flushing twice. You start flushing before using the pot and after using the pot. See, many times you just wash your teeth, see, you brush it, and while brushing, the water is flowing just like that. Particularly about males, those who are shaving. Just count the time for which the tap is always open. And that all habits, see, that directly enter into our blood, and that becomes the continual habits throughout our life. And everybody is spending some quantity of water without use or without proper use. See, that quantity goes on increasing, like the total enthalpy of the world goes on increasing. The energy is wasted, the water is also wasted. See, all this water then goes to the drain, and these drains are filled with a lot of water, which is comparatively useful, but it contains some amount of dirt in it. That is the definition of sewage. Correct? It contains 5%, 6% of waste, and other all is water. Correct? Many times when you're washing your hands or when you're bathing, see, the water will not contain the type of the material which is very harmful to the living things. Probably if it contains the human excreta, but mainly in the toilets, that may be harmful to somebody who is using it. But this water, whatever water is utilized for the primary washing or the washing of the utensils or bathing or you can say other type of the work which is containing very less quantity of dirt in it, do you think of reusing that water anytime when you are using it? See, probably that can be one of the solutions which decreases the total usage of water to 50%. See, when you think that you are going to use this water again, then you will not put very harmful things to the water. See, I was working in an engineering college as a lecturer. So the few people who are working in our workshops, so they are always making their hands dirty with the oil. I was always watching them going out on the ground, taking the soil and cleaning their hands first with the soil. And then they are coming back and taking the soap and washing their hands. So I asked them, why you're doing all these things? Why you are taking the soil? So they were saving the water. See, they were habitual to save the water. If they don't use the soil for washing the oil, then they might have used almost 6 or 7 times more water. This type of the habits can only enter in your mind if you think about the use of water. And you will stop the misuse of water. So whenever I was preaching about rainwater harvesting in different societies, I always used to touch this point, saying that, see, there is no need to go for rainwater harvesting also if you use the water in a very cautious way. If you will not misuse the water. And secondly, whatever water is coming through your toilets, through your bathrooms or through your basins, can be cleaned and reused again. See, many people have blamed me, telling me that, water cannot be clean. This is a scientific society. What they are saying is water cannot be clean. So they don't have faith, first in science, and second in human being who is going to work with that to clean the water. That is what is the problem. You can clean the water to the tune that it can be made potable by spending more money, but it can be made useful for secondary type of purpose by using simple type of the methodology, which may cost you 2 rupees to 3 rupees per liter. And that water can be reused. I have heard in Germany, they are having water meters. They are having scarcity of water in few areas of Germany. The water meter is just calculating the quantity of water taken by them in their premises. Correct? When the quantity is allowed, which means they are allowed to use this much quantity of water per person per day. When they exceed that quantity, see, when the quantity is exceeded, the bill of the water per liter increases almost 12 to 13 times. So nobody is using that water. See, nobody is using excess amount of water because they reuse the water, whatever is received by them. They use it twice and then they throw it out. Suppose it is to be thrown out. So we can think this type of system also. Rainwater harvesting is one of the way to get the water which is falling on your head. Probably that is your water. But whatever water is falling on the head of the villagers in the vicinity of the city is not your water. Someday they are going to fight with you because that is their water, that is not your water. You can collect your water, you can use it. See now, even the big corporations are now counting on, like Mumbai Corporation is also counting on taking the water from the sea and desalination of water. And they will take out the salt from the water and use that water for secondary purposes, probably. This is more expensive than collecting the rainwater and storing it on the floor at some place, correct? So you can make reservoirs, you can collect the water and put into it, and you can use it afterwards, because one collection system you have created can be used for 100 years without any problem. So you can get the water, don't divide it with the total quantity of water which is collected in that. Divide it with total quantity of water multiplied by 100, because you are going to use it for 100 years. Probably this type of the smaller systems at different places, correct, can serve us with the collection of water and utilization of water. See, whenever I was working with this type of things, so somebody told me that when the water is stored, it undergoes the formation of moss and everything in that, and it is wasted. So I started working on that. One of the lady from Delhi University, Delhi IIT, she has worked. There is very less rain in Delhi. What she has done, she has collected rainwater in the bottles, in the PET bottles. Every day she was collecting the rainwater and putting that bottle in the bedroom where there is a dark. There was no light or less light. She collected for almost 3 months. She got, suppose, 100 or 120 bottles of water, because every day there is no rain. Then she put those bottles for almost 6 or 7 months. And after that, she has taken every bottle, opened it, and tested it for the presence of any biological growth in it. To her surprise, two bottles out of that have shown some presence of some microbes in it. But almost 90% bottles were clean. They were not having anything in it. That few bottles might be having some type of the biological contamination while putting the water in it. Other bottles may also have some biological contamination in it. But with the period of 6 months, what happened? The total oxygen in the water was consumed and no biological growth was there because the bottles have never seen the sun rays. The biological growth can be only there if sun rays enter the water. Because without energy, nothing happens. So if you put the water in dark, or if you put it in an underground conduits, if there is no water or anything coming from outside or contaminating that water which you have stored, see, your water will be remaining very pure. And almost everybody of us is having a water purifier at our home. You can purify that water through that and you can utilize it for the domestic use, even for drinking. Many families in the water scared area, they are doing this type of the things. See, this is an experimental type of the things which are to be done within the city also, wherever the space is available. You can collect the water and use it for your own purpose, which is a very pure form of the water. For the Ayurvedic medicines, there are certain people who are collecting rainwater and keeping it like this, and that water is only utilized for production of certain type of the Ayurvedic medicines. It is a very pure form of the water. So we must have a very good type of, you can say, feeling about the rainwater. It is a precious water. See, I'm not telling that every drop of water falling on your head should be collected and utilized for the human being. It's a grade. Whatever is your need, that need is to be collected. It can be managed in a proper way and you can utilize it for your own purpose. Correct? See, the methodology of rainwater harvesting, how to do it. See, Sandeep ji is quite working in that field as an engineer for last almost 20 years. So he will give you a lot of his experience. But basically, the seed should be bored in your mind that, see, you have to do it. That is what is necessary. The technology is available, but why I should use it? It is to be used because water falling on your head is just wasted. So try to convert it into a useful type of the source, which can be utilized by you. So it may be in the future, the whole building will have the lower 3 or 4 floors, which are now generally utilized for parking purpose. They may be utilized as a water reservoir. So whatever water is falling in monsoon on the whole building, from all sides of the building and on the top, that may be collected in those floors, that can be utilized throughout the day for the different purposes. And whatever wastewater comes, that wastewater can be again repurified and utilize it. Then you will not need any source of water from outside. That may be our future. I don't know. But rainwater harvesting is a main part of that, and for which we are going to understand the engineering of rainwater harvesting from Sandeep Adhyapak in the next lecture. See, whatever I have talked, if you want to ask any question to me, so I'm ready to answer. But I have tried to tell you that there are the resources of water, everybody knows, but we are only thinking the tap water as the resource. Don't think tap water as the resource. Every lake, every river, every well or bore well or open well is a resource of water. If the lakes are full with water, the nearby wells will have good water. The nearby bore wells will have good water. Correct? So try to see that the lakes will be filled with water in every monsoon. completely. And after monsoon also, if the evaporation is there, then try to keep the level of the lake same by putting your wastewater. You can purify the wastewater and put into that lake so that the lake level will remain same. That will suffice the requirement of the water in the nearby area through the wells and borewells. See, that is the water source which is available very near to us. We are avoiding that and we are totally dependent on the water from which is coming from. So I have tried to tell you about different things. See, if you tell me to talk like this, I can talk for few hours also, because last 20 years I'm doing the same thing, telling the people why they should go for rainwater harvesting. Correct? So now I stop my delivery and I will we will go again back to Dr. Sanjay Joshi. Sir, ask the people if they have got any questions, they can I can tell, or otherwise
Sure,
at the
sure,
end of
sure.
the lecture I can answer.
Thank you very much,